Hey, it's the Ask Jason question series where every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern, we answer questions around firm growth. We got a great question today. It's a really, really good question. It's kind of long, so I'm going to break it down for us. It's actually from somebody coming to the incubator, so people are signing up for our incubator. Do you know about the incubator? So you want to go to thrival.com/incubator, and that's where you can, first of all, get a growth guide. It's a pretty long growth guide on how to build and scale a service-based firm like an accounting firm. Has a lot of strategy in there, but also it can tell you more about our incubator program, which is 25th through the 28th, I believe, in July. You might want to check those dates. It's just going to be a small group of entrepreneurs building accounting firms, and my partner and I, Julie and I, are going to be leading and walking around teaching, working, long days, working lunches, working dinners, 10-hour days. We're going to do a lot of work on our firm, and the cool thing is that somebody who's coming to the incubator asked us a question, and so the things they're working through we're going to talk about. So thrival.com/incubator. Learn more about the incubator, get a growth guide. So let's jump to our question. It's kind of a long one. So I'm not going to go through the details, but this person's building a service-based accounting firm. They've hired green people, new people. They've hired CPAs with a lot of experience. And it's taken a lot of this owner's time to spend time to train these team members. And what's happening is a lot of these team members are not working out. And let me just encourage you, if you're watching, and that was your question, or anybody that's watching, team building is hard. It's the hardest thing you're going to do if you're scaling an accounting firm. That is, if you're scaling, if you want to scale and grow, you're going to hire. That's what you're going to do. And it is incredibly hard. We struggle with it too in our firm. Our firm of 11 people, we struggle to do it right, to do it well. And it's always something you want to get better at. So don't be discouraged. It is a worthy work. It's an honorable work. You're investing in the lives of people when you're doing it. So do that work. Team building is the work of the owner. It's not the work of the team. And there's so many pieces to team building. You sometimes get very confused. Many people get very confused as to what is it? Is it me? This particular person asked the question, am I a perfectionist? Am I asking too much of my team? Again, they've hired different people, green people, people with a lot of experience. These people have all left or they've needed to leave. And this person's wondering, am I doing something wrong? They're making mistakes and things like that. And that happens to everybody. So just a couple of key points. I'm just going to cut through all of that and just give some key pointers to team building. Again, that my partner and I have just learned by gutting it out for 15 years of building teams. And we've learned so much. And I'm going to teach you some key concepts today. I kind of wrote them down. So it always takes time to lead, train, and build a culture. And this is the owner's job. So it is a time thing. So when we coach people and we hear them say things like, I'm trying to build a team so they can go over there and just start, taking care of clients and handling stuff so I can go grow the company. That's not how it works. I know you want that to be how it works, and it's not how it works. Team building is a constant, ongoing thing. But I'm not saying it's a grind. I'm saying that's an honorable work you do, and it is the work of the owner. So the trajectory of an owner of a service-based firm that's growing, they're going to move more and more and more into working with their team. So try this. Find a firm owner that's scaling a big service-based company, and they have a big team, and ask them, what do you spend most of your time on? And you'll hear, if they're doing it right, they're spending a lot of time with their team. So time is a thing you have to commit to. You're not going to ever hire a group of people, set them off, and they're going to run your company for you. It don't work. And it's not supposed to work. It's okay if it doesn't work. They need you to invest in them. So what you're going to do as the owners, you're going to stop doing taxes and you're going to start caring for a team. That's what you're going to do as you grow. So that's one thought. And so another one was, so some people go, should I hire somebody that's new out of college, or should I hire somebody with 10 years of experience? Well, yeah, those are great decisions, but know this, even somebody that's technically gifted at what they do, they still need to be trained to run your firm the way you want it run. So remember, they may be completely awesome at taxes, but in your firm, you offer concierge services like we do. We care so deeply for a client. Doing a tax return is a very important piece of what you do, but also caring for people, speaking the way we speak, adopting the voice of the firm. These things take time, so you can hire technical people. But they also have to do things the way you want them done. So that takes time and training and care. Now, one thing this person mentioned is, should I hire, should I get a technical person or an administrative person? So that is a strategy. So if you want to spend a little less time, you can hire an administrative person. A lot of times, the first person you hire in a firm when you're growing is more of an administrative person. They don't require maybe as much training, though they do require training. But it reduces the risk a little bit of that person you've hired. Now, another way to reduce risk is to hire a role that's not as client-facing. And basically what that means, you hire an administrative person to help you as the owner. That's a little less risky because they're not client-facing. But if you go hire somebody that you want to speak to your clients, that's much riskier. That's a much riskier hire. And with risk comes a lot more involvement that you have to be involved in that role. So just keep that in mind. If you're ready to grow and you just don't have as much time, you might want to move towards the administrative side of people just helping you internally so that they can kind of mess stuff up and not get it perfect, and that's okay with you. But when you push them in front of a client, that's a higher risk hire that you've made. Okay. And then another one is, the fourth one is, hiring is just risky. You're just not going to get it right. There's not a formula. There's not a perfect formula. We've improved ours. We have a hiring process that's really methodical. It's really important. You need to improve yours, but you're not going to get it right perfectly. And that's okay, because we're all humans, right? So you're going to hire somebody. You're going to take a stab at it. That person may not be right. Don't beat yourself up about that. You just got to get back up and go do it again. That's what we're having to do right now in our firm. So hiring just is a risk, because you can have great processes, but you're still hiring humans with their own desires and thoughts and communication, and they're hearing you say something you may not be hearing. All of that's still going to be there with any person you hire. So commit to hiring. We want you to grow. That's why we have things like the Incubator and our Deeper Weekend Conference coming up at the end of October. We want you to grow, but to do that, you're going to hire. And there are good ways to hire, but it is a risky thing you do. Just don't feel beat up. And make sure you do it inside of a community like Thrival, where you can hear how they do it and you can grow and get better at it. So this was a little bit longer one, but this question was so good. Thank you for the person that sent it in. Can't wait to see them at the Incubator. And so we'll see you at the Incubator too at the end of July. So go to thrival.com and sign up for the Incubator. This is about team building. We could probably talk about team building on every single Ask Jason, because it's such a huge deal. So make sure you send your questions into info@thrival.com, and we'll try to answer them too. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Take care.